Today we're doing lesson 3.15, an assortment of fractions. So we've talked about the math format. Now we're on 77, all the way to the top. Priya, Kieran, and Lynn are using large plain bricks to make towers. Here are the heights of their towers so far. So we have Priya, and hers is 21 1/4 inches. Then we have Kieran, whose is 32 3/8 inches. And then we have Lynn, whose is 55 1/2 inches. For each question, show your reasoning. How much taller is Lynn's tower compared to Priya's? So how much taller means you need to do what operation, Todd? No. Fisher.
I forgot the word.
Autry. Subtract. Okay, right here. How much more? How much taller? How much bigger? All of those are indications that you need to find the difference, which means subtract. So we've got one that's 55, then we've got one that's 21, and we're wanting to find the space in the middle, which is the difference. Autry, you give yourself a point if you didn't already. Okay, so if we're subtracting, which number goes on top, Emma? The bigger one. Exactly right. Give yourself a point. So which is bigger, 55 1/2 or 21 1/4? Everybody.
55 1/2.
All right, so 55 1/2 minus 21 1/4. We have a problem, Houston. We have a problem.
Oh, no. I know it is.
Colton, what's the problem?
That 55 is bigger.
Nope, that's not the problem. Almost said that ain't the problem. What's the problem, Ari?
The denominators on the fractions are the same.
The denominators are not the same. See that?
Yes.
So because the first thing we need to do, Zerelda, is say this fraction minus this fraction, but they're different denominators. In order to add or subtract fractions, repeat after me. In order to add or subtract fractions, the denominator has to be the same. Okay, so we have a denominator that is 1/2 and another one that is 1/4. Is there something that we can do to one of these to make them the same? Cameron?
You can take away 1/2.
No? Chambers?
You can get another 1/4.
Get another 1/4. Do you know, how can I make these to be the same denominator, the same size?
Find common denominator.
By how?
By
So this one has a 4 on the bottom, this one has a 2. Autry?
by decomposing.
No?
Wouldn't you decompose that into 2 pieces though?
Yeah, I'm going to give it to you. It's actually, I was looking for finding a common denominator, turning the halves into fourths. Does that make sense? Okay, so it is kind of decomposing. It's more, because we're going to have to multiply in order to do it. So here's what we're going to do. Here's how I've worded it in the past. Is there something that we can do to 2 to turn it into a 4?
Ooh.
Multiply by what?
2.
2. And if we multiply by 2 on the bottom, we have to do it to the top. So 2 times 2, 4. 1 times 2, 2. So now we can replace 1/2 with 2/4. Does that make sense?
Yep.
Okay. So now instead of just having I can turn this into all yellow pieces by swapping out the 1/2 for 2 of these. So if I have 2 of these and I'm taking away 1 of them, what do I have left? 1/4. Okay. So 2/4 minus 1/4 is 1/4. 5 minus 1. 4. 5 minus 2.
3.
That is the difference. So that means that Lynn's tower is 34 1/4 inches taller than Priya's. Okay? So here's what I would like for you guys to write down in your workbook. We're going to do 55 1/2 minus 21 1/4. Then we're going to cross out 1/2 and turn it into 2/4. And then we can subtract and we get 1/4 and then a 4 and then a 3. So 34 1/4 inches is the answer to that one. Okay, can you guys see that okay?
Yeah.
All right. So on the next one, we've got to find the difference in Lynn's and Kieran's. So this time, I'm going to do 55 1/2 minus 32 3/8. Okay? So I have a half, or I have a 2 on the bottom and an 8. Is there something that I can multiply 2 times to get 8? Evan?
Yes, 4.
4. Yes. Give yourself a point. And if I do it to the bottom?
You do it to the top.
Okay, so that means that 1/2 is the same as 4/8. Do you agree with that?
Mm-hmm.
Do we have the same denominator now?
Yes.
Okay. So this is what I'm going to have you write down on that one. And we're going to cross out 1/2, and this time we made it into 4/8. And what is 4/8 take away 3/8? 1/8. And then 5 minus 2?
3.
And then 5 minus 3?
2.
2. So the answer to the second one is 23 1/8 inches. And then put a box around it. Okay. So these kids are playing in a room that is 109 inches tall. Priya says if we stack all of our towers on top of each other, that they would be too tall for the room and they'd have to remove a brick. So how can we figure out how tall they would be if we stacked them all on top of each other? Todd? How could we figure out how tall these would be if we stacked them on top? Add them. We're going to add them all up. Yes. So here we go. We're going to add 55 1/2, 32 3/8, 21 1/4. Stack them up and add them. Problem solved. We got a problem. Mary, what do we need to do? Exactly. And so my biggest denominator up here is what?
8.
8. I mean the largest number. The largest denominator, not the value of it.
Okay.
Which one's the biggest number? 8, 2, or 4?
8.
8 is the biggest. So we want to turn, it's not bigger, we want to turn everything, all the denominators into 8. Okay? Is there, if we turned 1/2 into 8s, how many 8s are there? Jackson? 4. Okay? If we turn 1/4 into 8s, how many 8s would that be? Jackson? 2. Because what do you multiply 4 times to get 8? It's 2, and if you do it to the bottom, you do it to the top. What do you multiply 2 times to get 8? It's 4, and if you do it to the bottom, you do it to the top. Okay, so now I have 55 and 4/8 and 21 and 2/8. So 55 and 4/8, 21 and 2/8, and 32 and 3/8. Can I add those all up now?
Yeah.
Yes. What's 4 plus 3
7
plus 2?
9.
9. So we have 9/8 over here. And then 5 plus 2 plus 1, 8. And then 5 plus 3
8.
plus 2,
10.
So if you look quickly, just a second, Avis, if you look quickly, it looks like it would fit, right? The room's 109 inches, and we've got 108 and a part of another. However, what do you notice about that fraction? Avis?
The denominator is smaller than the numerator.
Yep, we've got, so that means this fraction is what?
1 whole.
Bigger than 1 whole.
So it would be 109.
Hang on. It's bigger than a whole, so we need to take a whole out of the fraction side and move it to the whole number side. So minus 8/8 over there, add 1 whole over here. What is 9/8 minus 8/8, everyone?
1/8 and 1/8.
No.
1/8.
Okay, what did I say? I said, what is 9/8 minus 8/8? Shout it out.
1/8.
1/8. And then 108 plus 1?
109.
We're adding here, Todd. We're subtracting on this side, adding over here. Does that make sense, though? Okay, so watch those sides. So their stack of towers, the 3 towers, is 109 and 1/8 inches. Is it too tall for the room?
Yes.
Would it fit if they removed a brick?
Yes.
Let me finish. Would it fit if they removed a brick? Yes. Okay, so that's what we need to write down for this one is, let me get to it.
What?
Do you agree with Priya? Yes. Together their towers equal 109 and 1/8. They would probably fit if they removed 1 brick. Okay. So, yes, together their towers equal 109 and 1/8 inches. They would probably fit if they removed 1 brick. Okay. Zareza, why are you not writing?
Me and you both got done.
Okay. All right, one more page that we have to do. And this time we're using blocks. And there's 3 different sizes. So there's a block that has a width of 1/2 foot, a width of 1/3 foot, and a width of 1/6 foot. Or not a thickness, okay? So Andre stacks 1 block of each size. So we're gonna use my blocks to kind of walk through this one. So we've got one that's this thick, one that's this thick, and one that's this thick. Okay? It says if Andre stacks 1 block of each size, will that stack be more than 1 foot tall? So if we add 1/6 plus 1/3 plus 1/2, we need to see what it equals. So 1/6 plus 1/3. Actually, we're gonna have to write something underneath these. So you're gonna want to write them kind of at the, give yourself room to write something underneath them. Okay, so we can't add them the way they are now, right? It doesn't matter what order, just get them down, that's fine. So we've got a 6, a 3, and a 2. Is there something that we could do to get all of those to be the same? Autrey?
Yes, you could do, because you could times 3 by 2 and 2 by 3.
Beautiful job. And then we'll have all 3 will be what? 6, right? Okay, so 1/6 we can leave alone because it's already got a 6 on the bottom. The 3 we're going to multiply by 2 to make it a 6, and if we do it to the bottom,
You do it to the top.
so that means this would be 2/6, and then the 2 we're going to multiply by 3 to make it a 6, and if we do it to the bottom,
You do it to the top.
so that means, so we now have 1/6 plus 2/6 plus 3/6. And so we, 1/2 became 3/6. 1/3 became 2/6. And 1/6 stayed the same. Um, 3 plus 2 plus 1 equals?
6,
6. Now, yes, which is the same as 1 whole. So the question was, will that stack be more than 1 foot tall? Jackson?
No.
No, it will be exactly 1 foot tall. So the answer we're going to put is no. It is exactly 1 foot tall. You've still got to finish your test during pirate time, and you're going to be doing this as well. And you're going to have a consequence for not following directions. Get busy. Okay, so another problem is, can Andre use only 1/6 and can Andre use only the 1/6 foot and the 1/3 foot blocks to make a stack that is 1.5 feet tall? If you think so, show 1 or more ways. If not, explain why not. I am going to try something. Let's see here. Olivia, nope, never mind. I got it. I'm gonna use this. Okay. Hurry up, Cam. Get it caught up. Okay. So they want us to make a stack that is 1.5 feet tall, and the only blocks that we can use, so here's 1.5. 1.5 feet tall. Okay? Got it?
Got it.
The only blocks we can use are the 1/6 and the 1/3 blocks. Okay? So let me ask you this. Is there a way to make one pole with thirds?
Yes.
Athena, how many?
3.
Yes. Okay, so I can do this. Boom, boom, boom. Is there a way to make a half with 6?
Yes.
Fisher, how many?
3.
3. Okay. Did we make a tower that is 1.5 feet tall?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, yes.
You know I'll move after I'm all over the place. Okay. So here's what I want you to write. Can he do it? Yes. And how did we do it? Well, we first took and used 3, we used 3 of the 1/3 blocks, plus we used 3 of the 1/6 blocks, and all together that gave us 1 1/2. Why are you not writing? Okay. Is there another way that we could make this with these size blocks? Evan, what do you think? Could I swap out maybe a couple of these for one of these?
Yeah.
What? Yeah. So we could do that. We could do it over and over again, right? We could change another one. So here's what we're gonna write down. We're gonna do, this time we used 2 of the 1/3 blocks and plus 5 of the 1/6 blocks to get 1 1/2. All right, the last question says, can Andre use only the 1/6 foot and the 1/2 foot blocks to make a stack that is 1/3 feet tall?
Yes.
1 1/3, let's see. So 1 1/3, and using only the half blocks and the 6th blocks. So can we make a hole with the half size blocks?
Yes.
Yes.
2 of them. Boom, boom. Can I make a 3rd with the 6th size
Yes,
blocks?
2.
Yes, 2. So here we go. We have 2 times 1/2 and 2 times 1/6. So we did 2 times 1/2 plus 2 times 1/6, and that equaled 1 whole and 1/3. And then we're gonna do it one more way. Can we swap out one of these halves for 6?
Yes.
3 6. Boom. 1, 2, group of 1/2, and 5 groups of 1/6. So we would write that as 1 group of 1/2 plus 5 groups of 1/6 equals 1 whole and 1/3. The visual help. Okay, so after you finish copying that down, move your feet, Cameron. We are going to get ready for our quiz. So let me start this download.